Yes, we're live now. Good luck.
Thank you. I can start now?
Yes, dear, you can start. Good luck.
So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Anjum Qureshi from India, and I'm here today to speak on the topic emotional intelligence and leadership. This is a very important term. We have been hearing this term, emotional intelligence. And today, let's see how it works with the leadership qualities, how it will help to improve your career, your personality, being a leader. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering Research and Technology, Chandrapur, Maharashtra. I am also a freelance trainer and a motivational speaker, a parenting coach, and also an internationally certified career counselor. And International Internship University. It is a leading virtual education system and global brand configuration, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. I am thankful to the team of IIU and founder Mr. Piyush Pandit sir for giving me an opportunity to have session for the worldwide learn. The first question, what is emotional intelligence? Sometimes we think that emotions, yes, we get a lot of emotions around the day. We are happy, we are sad, we are angry, we sometimes we feel like crying, we have jealousy, envy. There is a lot of emotions that we go throughout the day, in fact, throughout our life. Okay, so emotional intelligence, sometimes people, when think that you have to be intelligent with your emotions, people may feel that it is just like being nice every time. No, it is not being nice, but it is being honest with our emotions. It is not being like taking decisions only on the basis of emotions, but it is being aware of your feelings and also the feeling of others. It also means that you understand what impact your emotions are having on others. And it is not about, yes, it is not certainly not about being emotional. It is being about smart with your emotions, like how you are able to express your emotion in the right amount, in the right place, and at the right time. That is called as emotional intelligence. So here I would like to just mention a quote by Daniel Goleman, who is working with emotional intelligence. He said, "We are being judged by a new yardstick, not just how smart we are or by our training and expertise, but also how well we handle ourselves and others." Yes, this is what emotional intelligence is about. It is not just being aware of your emotions or handling your emotions, but it also depends upon how you react to others and what do you feel when someone is in front of you, how you are able to handle their emotions. So this is what this emotional intelligence is about. And yes, as per the topic, emotional intelligence will be an important key to leadership in future. Now let's see how it is. And yes, but this conclusion is more a function of belief and values than based on traces that we can see today. Because today's business public environments and people issues are far too complex to return to the top down power based style leadership. Because most of the times we think that a leader is one who is there to order. A leader is a person we feel that he should be ordering and the others should be listening to this. But actually, leadership is not that. A leader is one, of course, he leads others, but with that, he holds all of them together A leader is one who sees that success is yours and failure is mine. So, how do we describe leadership? Yes. These are the four basic characteristics we think that a leader should be having. We feel that a leader should be brave to face all the situations. He should be bold. He should be tough. And he should have a strong sense of purpose and resolve. Yes, this is what we expect from a leader. Like even I previously said, that we feel that a leader should be one who should be able to order, who should be able to give orders, and he should be able to make the people do whatever he wishes for. But actually, is it leadership? Let's see further. But yes, the attributes which I just mentioned in the previous slide, these attributes do not fit today's needs, because with today's workforce, even we, that when we are working, we do not accept the autocratic style that is often adopted by the leaders following historical models of leadership. Yes, in the history, if we see, we just feel have seen most of the times that okay, there is a leader, he walks in front, and there are people just following him. So this following mentality is something that is not accepted in the present age. And leadership has to evolve to match a growing sense of democracy and independence in the workforce. Because today we talk about being independent. Yes, we just don't want always to be dependent on others. We don't like always just listening to what others say. But what we think is there should be someone who should be listening to us and who should value our emotions, who should value our views and opinions. So employees nowadays they have far more options than the foot soldiers of yesterday. Like they don't believe, like even we don't believe in just following what someone is saying. We always want to have the freedom, have the independence to express what we feel at a particular situation. Yes. Now, the leaders, the changing phase of leadership or the changing definition of the leadership in the modern age, we can say that the leaders now need to manage and lead an empowered workforce. So here it makes a difference, not just the workforce, but to lead an empowered workforce and go beyond the consultative, cooperative, and democratic styles of today. So this is how the definition and the roles of leadership have changed with time. Now let's see what are some of the demands of the present day leadership. Yes, this is the first one, consultation and involvement. Yes, we feel that yes, the leader should be one who can guide us, who can share his opinions with us, who can give his opinions with that. But we also want that the leader should be involved with us. We want that the leader should be working with us as a team. We don't want the like boss kind of leaders nowadays. We want someone to work with us. But the leaders still get criticized for not having and communicating compelling vision and purpose. Yes, we keep on like just commenting on the persons which whom we are having at the leadership positions in our organization. Well, this is expected, but here we can see how what we are expecting, but at the same time, we never leave a chance to say some kind of contradictory statement. So here it becomes a confusion what a leader should do and how this should be there. Yes. This is the next three, autonomy and freedom. But we want autonomy and freedom, but the leaders are still expected to take full responsibility when things go wrong. Yes, even I said, like, leaders are the ones who say success is yours and failure is mine. So we want the leaders to do that. We when like it is a natural human tendency, even we when something goes wrong, we just put the blame on others. And this is a positive trait of leader that when he's working in a team, so he should be able to accept whether we achieve success or it is failure. every time the leader should be brave enough to accept all the things on his own, take everything on his shoulders. He should be ready to protect the persons who are working with him. Opportunities for growth, challenge, and glory. These are again something that is expected from a leader. But leaders must be on hand to coach and mentor us so that we develop our potential. Yes, we always need that. The person who is working at the leadership position, he is expected, like we expect, that he should be there to guide us, to mentor us. We always look towards the leader as a mentor. And many a times when any organization or when any team has a leader who is ready to guide and support and cooperate with the persons working under him or the persons working with him, then obviously such people always succeed in developing themselves, in developing their skills, in developing uh, their own attributes. What we expect from a leader is inclusion and team spirit. But this is again what we somewhere fail because we want always that our leaders should be giving us out individual recognition and acknowledgement. Like for example, I finished a project and okay, we achieved success in that. So what I will be expecting is, okay, my boss should say, okay, Anjum, you have done a good job. Okay, congratulations. I want everyone, okay, to like stand up and clap for me. But when we are working in a team, we expect the leader to say that success is yours, failure is mine. So why can't we be having this kind of leadership? When we are working in a team, please remember that it is not your individual achievement. It is the achievement of a team. And this is again, sometimes I feel like what the leader should do, what he should be doing, and what he should not be doing. So, yes, well, this is good. We should be having our own recognition. And yes, of course, this is the quality of a good leader again, that whenever he sees someone achieving something, he is always there to give the word of appreciation. Because the appreciation that we receive from our leader is actually, it is more valuable than money. Okay, when we do some good job, when we help our organization in achieving a target, obviously we may be getting some incentives, but the word of appreciation, they are always most valuable than the money or the incentives that we are. So what we think that the nice is good theme. Yeah, this is what actually we follow. We want that the leader, he should be very good. He should be always saying like, you are very good, you are doing a good job, and everything we always want our leader to be praising. But let me tell you, this is actually not true all the time. In fact, it is said that when a person is at a leadership position, if the 100% employees working with him say that, yes, our boss is very good or our in charge is very good, but I think there is actually resources say that there is something misleading or something missing in that. Because when you get mixed reactions with the people, then obviously he is a good leader. Because leader, well, he should not agree to each and everything that is being said in the system. Everyone comes and he just agrees. Obviously, if uh, someone agrees to us, we feel that okay, he's a very good person. But leadership position, actually, it is a very important position where he has to decide. He has to have a great decision-making capabilities because he has to decide what is right and what is wrong. Because any decision, any what to say, any wrong decision, if he takes any failure in taking a decision, it will actually affect the whole organization. People, leaders, they have to be good decision makers. Sometimes they have to like uh, just reject any kind of opinions or any kind of proposals that are given to us. So in that case, even we have to be like we should be in the stage to accept whatever is being said by the leader. So the leader course, it is not always like we say nice is good. This is not true. A leader, we have to accept, and he has to sometimes speak up and call back. So, yes, as I have been talking about leadership, so sometimes, and in the further slides, I will be going with how the leadership and emotional intelligence is going to work. So, firstly, we have to remember that nowadays the leadership is not where we are leading a group of people by the virtue of power alone. It is no longer enough to lead by the virtue of power. Then, as I have been speaking about leaders, so nowadays the leaders need more than ever to appear nice, and we need renewed leadership agenda. Yes, leaders need to appear nice, though they may be not agreeing with you sometimes, but still they have to appear nice. But a person is not agreeing with you and still is appearing nice to you. So here is what we need: the emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence actually does not fit the classical historical models of this leadership. Now, whether historical models of leadership actually here means like like in the history you must have studied. Okay, there is a king and all the world just following him. So that is not actually there. The present day when we say that a leader should be having emotional intelligence, or we expect a leader to be having high levels of emotional quotient. So that if that is to be expected, that cannot be followed. That cannot be achieved if we follow the historical models. So yes, emotional intelligence. So these are the five essential competencies of the emotional intelligence. First one is self-awareness. The second is self-regulation. The third is self-motivation. These three actually they are related to ourselves. These three characteristics is being managed by us, how we manage these three things. And the fourth is empathy and effective relationships. This is actually related to our. Now, what are the personal benefits of emotional intelligence? Of course, because it helps in having a great career and having a successful career. We are able to develop strong personal relationships. It increases our optimism and confidence. That is, it helps in being positive most of the time, to think in a positive manner. And of course, when we have the previously mentioned 3 points, that a great career, good relationship, and increase of positivity and confidence, so obviously we will be having good health. And of course, health is well. That is what we actually want. And health is always our first priority. Now, secondly, yes, professional benefits of emotional intelligence. Now, here comes. Yes, when we are emotionally intelligent, we will be having effective leadership skills. We'll be having good communication skills, and the conflict at the workplace, that will be less. Because when we are emotionally intelligent, we handle our emotions well. So like for example, if I am very angry or something, so I may like just take a break, or I may avoid speaking at that time, and then everything gets cool, so I may come back and discuss over the topic. So in this, there are less chances of involving in conflicts with the people working under you or working with you. And of course, when we are emotionally intelligent, we have good problem solving skills. Now, that is again a very important thing, because problems, it is not exactly the problem. Many, some small and some big problems we just come out. So, being emotional intelligence helps you to have a better problem solving skills. And of course, being in the professional level, if you have good leadership skills, good communication skills, you have less conflict, you have good problem solving skills, so you always have increased likelihood of promotion. That's what we want, right? So, what is leadership actually? So, this is, I would like to just point out 3 things. Actually, there are 10 competences of leadership. So I will just discussing that in this slide. So if we take the leadership, there are three, if you see the self-alignment, integration, and working with others. In the self-alignment, we have self-understanding and resiliency. Okay, we should be able to understand the emotions, and resiliency means whatever the situation, however difficult situation you must be having, you should be able to come back and you should be able to work. It is not that if some difficulty has arisen, some challenges have arisen, you just feel that, okay, nothing can be done. It is like you don't lose hope. You always be there, just stand strong to face any situation that is coming in front of you. That for the integration side, yes, it is the core competences that are involved in the integration side are customer orientation, business acumen, project leadership, and managing the team. Yes, obviously, whenever you are working with any kind of organization, changes has to be there. We have to change according to the time. We have to change according to the workplace. We have to change according to the demands of the consumers, according to the demands of the market. So yes, of course, managing a team is very important in leadership. And working with others. The remaining four competencies that are required in the leadership are related to working with others. So it includes relationship skills, communication, coaching and mentoring, actualizing leadership. So these are the 10 core competencies of leadership. As we saw, the five essential components of emotional intelligence. Now we will be relating the components of emotional intelligence to the leadership, to achieving leadership. So here I would like to just mention a quote by Chuck Paul, who says that if you understand your own feelings, you get a really great handle on how you are going to interact and perform with others. Yes, self-awareness is always the first step. In fact, the first skill that you must be having. You should be knowing yourself. You should be knowing like what emotions you are getting at this particular time. You must be knowing this is a situation. You should be happy or you should be sad. How should you react? And what are the incidences or what are the events that disturb you? If you see a particular incident, if you see someone speaking in front of you, what changes do you observe? What all kind of emotions do you observe? So that is self-awareness. You should be aware of your own emotions. So yes, so one of the first starting point is what is going on inside me, and that is self-awareness. You need to know what all emotions you are experiencing. Accept. How will you practice self-awareness? Of course, as I already said, awareness of our own emotional state is the foundation of emotional intelligence skills. You must be knowing, you will be like, yes, this is the situation. I should be happy, I should be sad, I should be angry. That you should be knowing that. Then learn to tune into your emotions. They can give you valid information about your responses to stressful situations. And the third, recognize the importance of emotions even in technical fields. The second component of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. So here is the quote given by Christian Casper, the communication, motivation, and management. In short, she says that if we are in a heightened state of agitation or anger, we cannot make good decisions. We cannot reason well. Well, this is something which even we have grown up listening to, that don't make any promises when you're very happy and don't make any decisions when you're angry, because in both the situations, if you take any decisions, then you will be getting into a problem. Yes, because sometimes when you're angry with someone, it is better to sit down and think about the problems. Just take a pause and after some time, go to the person and talk. And if you feel that, okay, you were wrong, You can apologize. Don't hesitate to apologize if you are wrong. And how to practice self-regulation? You should be ready to accept responsibility for choosing your own emotional responses. Like, yes, if you are angry over something and you are wrong, you should be able to accept it. Then learn to reframe stressful situation into ones that are challenging. And beware of learn to manage your own emotional triggers. Yes, you should be knowing, like, yes, like I was saying, overexcitement, it is never good. Overthinker, it is never good. If you are angry, if you feel like just hold your emotions for a moment. You should be knowing when to express your emotions, like emotions at the right place and the right time. Then the fourth, the third one is self-motivation. This is again a very important thing. Dr. J.B. Pauli says that high performers are those who are able to see with some clarity to what degree they are responsible for a setback and to what degree it may be circumstance or other people. And as a result, they are able to be more persistent. Yes, we need to be self-motivated. And if we are self-motivated, only then we can be motivating others. A leader can motivate. So, how to practice self-motivation? You have to recognize the emotions that are affecting your performance. And the second, identify your explanatory style. When a setback strikes, resist asking, what's wrong with me? Instead ask, what can I fix? Yes, don't don't just enter into that like, okay, what wrong did I do? But you should realize that, okay, there is a problem that has arising due to you. So you should be able to solve that problem. You should be able to fix that problem. And yes, work to achieve your flow state, being in the moment with the work done. The fourth one is empathy. So Gary Gregg says that if people will stop for a moment and put themselves in another person's shoes, it will help them modify their own behavior. It will help them develop relationships with those people. Is empathy. This is a very important skill that is lacking. And yes, a leader is expected to have this empathy. This is very important characteristic for a leader. Because until and unless the leader is not able to understand what situation the other person is going through, might be because if we are not in a proper emotional state, we can't be doing anything. So a leader should be empathetic. We should learn to be empathetic to understand what the other persons are going through. And it is not that empathy doesn't mean that when someone comes to you with a problem, you start giving your own suggestions. That is not empathy. Empathy is understanding the situation of others, just putting yourself in that situation and imagining what can be done for it. It is not just giving your suggestion. And then practicing empathy. Empathy means recognizing and responding appropriately to the emotions of others. By expressing empathy, you also create empathy in others. Yes, sometimes you can say empathy is contagious. If you're empathetic, you can help others to be empathetic. Like, for example, when you go near a fire, you will be feeling the warmth. And when you go near ice, you will be feeling the coolness. Similarly, when you are empathetic, the people around you will experience that empathy and they also will learn to be empathetic. And the third thing that you can do to practice empathy is that you should realize that emotions impact such measurable goals as productivity and safety. The fifth trait of emotional intelligence is effective relationships. So one more researcher thinks that, and so there is a real payoff. The people who will become the leaders, the people who will become the star performers are the ones who have the strength in the key emotional intelligence abilities. Yes, that is one more important characteristic of being emotional intelligent, maintaining effective relationships. Because when we are working in any organization, we always need to have good relationship with everyone, because only when we have good relationship with those working with us, only then we will be able to implement and execute all the plans, and our organization can succeed. Like here in IIU, we all are working together. We all are cooperating and supporting each other. So this is what, when we cooperate and we support each other, when we help each other, obviously we'll be having effective relationship. And when a leader learns to have an effective relationship with the persons working under him, so always the organization is going to prosper. Whereas if a leader fails in having good relationships with others, then the organization can never prosper. It will always have to see a downfall. Then, how can we create effective relationships? Employing all your emotional competencies, awareness, the four that we have seen earlier: self-awareness, self-regulation, self-motivation, and empathy. You have to involve all your emotional competencies to increase and persuade others. You have to build consensus and support for team goals. You have to motivate and inspire yourself and others to achieve those goals. You have to build trust and demonstrate what trustworthy. Yes. Now, what is this trustworthiness? This trustworthiness is actually this has to be developed both at the personal and the organization level. So it consists of the character and the competence. So in the under the character side, we can be having the skills like integrity, maturity, attendance, and punctuality. Where is the competency? We can have the technical, conceptual, and interdependency. And when all this, when we actually try to talk about trustworthiness, and when we see at the characters of the character and the competency and the intersection of this, so when we are able to use all those qualities properly, then we can have we can be able to give good judgment. We can be able to use our wisdom to give good decisions, in fact. And that if we have all this characteristics, or if leader has all the characteristics, then he will be able to have develop trust all his colleagues. And the emotional background. So this are on one side, I have kept the deposits and the withdrawals. The deposits means something that you should be able to do, and withdrawals means don't. Means it was like do's and don'ts of an emotional intelligent leader. The first one that you should be doing is you should be uh, able to understand it, rather than you feel that because you're the leader, so others should understand you. No, you should be able to understand others. You should be able to keep promises. The third one is you should be honest and have openness. Then the fourth characteristic that an emotionally intelligent leader is expected to be kind and person and win-win or not really thinking like you should be just having a good situation. Then clarifying expectations. So this is, you should be, if someone is expecting, so you should be discussing with that. Then loyalty to the absence, apologies. That's what I say. That it is not that because that you are the leader, so you won't be doing any mistake. After all, you are a human being. So even if you have the leadership position, because you're a human being, you can be making mistakes. And when you feel somewhere you have gone wrong, so don't hesitate to apologize. In fact, I don't say that. You will be just if you're not wrong and still going and apologizing. That even I don't suggest. But this year, though you are the boss, you are the leader, but still don't hesitate to apologize when you're wrong. And yes, receiving feedback is very good. You should be always receiving the feedback, because when you get your feedback, you should and that you should be when someone is giving a feedback, you should be able to accept it, whether it is good or bad. If it is good, it is okay. If it is bad, you should be able to accept that and try to improve it. And a very important mistake. If you are a high-level professional, you probably needed an IQ of 120 or so, or simply to get educated and get your job. But now it is more important to be able to persist in face of difficulty, and to get along well with colleagues and the subordinates. Emotional intelligence, then, it is to have an extra 10 to 15 points of IQ, and this holds true in most professional occupations. So this is all what I have to say. So thank you very much. Thank you, IIU, for giving me this opportunity to present my views on today's topic, emotional intelligence and leadership. Thank you, one and all, for your patience.